Hello friends, welcome back and welcome to 2026. We made it. I hope you had a really wonderful holiday season. One of my intentions for 2026 is that I want to spend more time in person with my community. And so the very first thing I'm going to be doing in 2026 is a ceremony here in Bend called Vessel. So if you want to come gather with me in person and you live in the Central Oregon area, check it out. I'd love to have you there. So I've drawn a card from Rainforest Wisdom deck. Let's see what our energy theme for the coming week is. Family. We've experienced a lot of this in the last few weeks, right? Some of us, many of us. So this doesn't always necessarily speak to our family of origin, though it certainly can, or our family unit, so it certainly can, but also the people in our lives that feel like family. This can speak to our closest friends and our chosen families. And it's really about finding quality time to spend with the people in your life that mean something to you. So let me go in with our guides here and see what we can get on this family theme for the coming week. I'm hearing that not just this week, but as an ongoing theme for us for this whole year even, is that less is more. That it isn't necessarily about having a large number of people surrounding us in our lives, as it is about having a smaller number or a handful of really meaningful, high quality relationships and connections. So we're being reminded that these kinds of connections happen when we share common interests with people, when we have something that connects us that we both enjoy or are interested in or enjoy discussing. This is how we build those connections, and how we make those kinds of connections that feel intimate are by finding the threads of common interest and common ground and starting there in order to deepen in to the relationships that we already have and also to connect to new people. Some of us listening here are attempting to maintain more relationships in our lives than is realistically sustainable. And if this is speaking to you, then this is the message, is that it's okay to focus on the relationships that really feel meaningful to you, the ones that when you're with that person, you feel uplifted, you feel seen, you feel met. And when you walk away from seeing them, you feel energized and charged and excited and inspired. This is typically an indicator as to which kinds of relationships are supportive for you, is how you feel after you walk away from being around them. So if this is you, if this is speaking to you, it's time to check in with yourself about the part of you that feels the need to continue saying yes to more and more relationships and connections when it's actually at some point burning you out energetically. It's unrealistic to have super close and vulnerable and intimate connections with that many people all at the same time. So if that's what you want, is more meaningful connections with people, you might want to look at how you're spreading yourself thin among so many people. There's also an aspect here about if we feel like we're desiring more meaningful connections with people, deeper relationships with people, we might need to look at ourselves and ask if we are constantly adapting to the person or the people that we're with, or are we showing up as our authentic selves with people? So if it's the former, then we might find that we are feeling exhausted in our relationships because we are not showing up as our authentic selves. Sometimes showing up as our authentic selves is a filter. It's a filter for who is a good match for us and who isn't. So if you're feeling that, it's a good time to check in just overall about the relationships in our lives. How can we be more selective, and how can we show up with more authenticity when we are meeting friends, people around us, gatherings? This whole message I feel like is circling back to the 2026 energy themes, and that's what's coming through. And in that video, the last one that I posted, there was this message about how during the first half of the year, we might find that some relationships are falling away and just don't feel as connective anymore. And if that's the case, that's okay, because it probably means that we're fine-tuning our system of filtering out what works for us and what doesn't. So this is tying in with that message of saying, hey, we're really going to start honing more our ability to recognize our own needs in relationships and recognize how we feel around certain people. Instead of shutting that down, instead of overriding it, instead of listening to our brain, you might want to listen to your body a little bit more here and see what it tells you. Are you really excited to go meet someone before you, like when you see them in your calendar for the week? Or is there a sense of responsibility or burden or dread? These are really, really good informative tips here as to whether or not you are, rationing out your time for people that are a good match for you. Okay. So with all of this, what we're doing is we're honing our capacity to magnetize this soul family, these meaningful relationships to us in the coming year. That doesn't mean this is all going to happen this week, but it can certainly be a turning point for us to start paying attention. All right, everybody. Have a great week. I'll see you next Monday.